everything is a system, and that system has to be described precisely as a series of steps that can be executed with...
But the entire body actually flexes like a snake in order to control the trajectory.
Okay, after this, in a half an hour, I'm going to edit the video, and then I'm going to project whatever you do onto these sketchbooks, and then we'll come.
And then Carl Sim's system was very much based on sort of Lisp. It was kind of like a per pixel.
This symposium was made possible through the support of a Fab Knight New Work Award and supported by Funding Arts Broward and the John S. and James L. Knight Foundation. Of course, we wouldn't be here today without our partnership with LISA, which is Leaders in Science and Art, especially LISA's founder, Isabel Walcott Draves. I want to thank ArtServe and your team here because you've been gracious to host us here today, so we're very appreciative of that. I wish to thank the Broward Cultural Council, the Florida Division of Cultural Affairs, the City of Coral Springs for their ongoing support. And I want to give a shout out to my staff who helped me follow this vision to get here today. So we have Julia Andrews, Sherry Adante out front, and Lee Lettigang is running around here somewhere too. So imagine about a year ago, and we at the museum are trying to figure out how to engage youth in our arts programs. We noticed that there was a void, and we were trying to figure out what was missing. So we needed to figure out how to update our programs and our classes to include more in digital and electronic arts. And we did that because we went around to universities and high schools and sort of saw what they were doing and said, how do we bring that into the museum? And rather than just add more classes like Photoshop and digital photography, while those are important, we realized that we needed to take a leap further into the future. So by doing those tours, we learned what students were interested in, and we also learned what was going on in the greater artist world out there. And fast forward a bit, and we had to figure out how to get there. So we called the National Endowment for the Arts and spoke to a woman named Alice, and she said that we should speak to someone who was starting a program, or had a program going in New York City called LISA, and that we should talk to Isabel Draves. I told her I was writing this big grant, and so she was gracious enough to give me 2 more phone calls, which I'm sure were probably an hour and a half each. And I kept sort of pushing her, and I didn't want her to realize or think that I was wasting her time, and I kept promising her that something would come of this. So I went into grant writing mode, and I actually forgot to bring the grant up, but we ended up producing a 58-page grant to write to the Fab Knight New Work program. And fast forward again, we actually found out a few weeks later that we not only got a grant award, but we got the top award. So we were very gracious, and so then I get to call Isabel back in New York and say, we've got this grant. And so today you actually will experience the lineup of creative and amazing artists and talent that they have. We're going to continue this discourse and dialogue around electronic and digital art throughout the year, and then hopefully continue that again next year. But our students in our classes, it's so important for them to learn how to do creative coding and how to learn digital and creative arts because it's all around us, and that's the next generation and why they need to be focused on this.